Hi, my name is Kimberly, and today I'm going to be doing a lesson with my students who are also my parents. So let's get started. This lesson is called Putting Out a Fire, and it is for kindergarten. Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to learn more about firefighters and fire safety as we have been learning for the past week. Do any of you guys know what a fire needs to burn?
No.
Do you know what stop, drop, and roll is and how we can use it?
No.
Do you know how to extinguish a fire?
No.
No? No ideas?
No.
Okay, that's okay. First, we're going to be reading a book, and this book is called Stop, Drop, and Roll by Marjorie Quayler. Okay, so now that we've read the book on Stop, Drop, and Roll, I'm going to be showing you guys a YouTube video on the projector, and this video is called Stop, Drop, and Roll, and it's going to be showing you guys how to stop, drop, and roll, and it is also going to be showing you guys different methods that you can take home with you, so that way you could try to fireproof your house a little bit. Okay, so now that we finished the video, today we are going to learn and demonstrate different ways to put out a fire. After watching this video, can any of you tell me different ways to put out a fire?
Water.
Water? Yes, water. Great. And so before we start our science experiment, I just wanted to remind you guys that you should never use matches or play with fire outside of the classroom or adult supervision. Okay? So now we are going to start our science experiment. Our science experiment is going to is having to do with how you put out a fire. So we have these little candles in clay, and we're going to extinguish each one using a different method. Okay, so now I'm going to light the candles. Okay, so the first one, we're going to go ahead and let that one burn because we're going to see how to extinguish that one in a little bit. The second one, we're going to extinguish this one by taking away some of its fuel. Does anybody know what kind of fuel fuels a fire?
No. Oxygen.
Oxygen, right. So do you have any idea of how we can take the oxygen away from a fire?
No, not really.
No? Okay. Well, I'm going to place this clear glass over the fire so that way we could see if the fire in fact takes the oxygen out of the glass. So here we go. Oh, and it right away took out all the oxygen from the candle. Okay, so our next candle we're going to light. Can anyone name another way we could put out a fire?
Pour water on it?
Yeah. So we have this glass of water, and we're just going to pour the water over the fire, and the fire goes out. And with our last candle, we're just going to see it right there. Okay? Okay, and there's no more candle. The flame went out. Does anybody know why the third candle went out?
No.
It's because it had nothing left to burn. So since it had nothing left to burn, it had no fuel to burn. Okay. So now we have learned 3 different ways to put out a fire. We learned that a fire we put out if it has nothing left to burn. We learned that if you take the oxygen away from a fire, the flame goes out. And we also learned that if you pour water onto a fire, it goes out. So all of these methods would usually be seen on like material things, but we also have to consider if your clothes catch on fire. So today we're going to be doing another activity that involves us going outside. So let's go ahead and go outside. Okay, class. So there's one more method that I wanted to go over with you, and that is called the stop, drop, and roll method. In this method, you would use this method if your clothes were on fire. So I'll demonstrate it for you first, and then I'll have you guys do it a couple times yourself. So if you're in a fire and your clothes are on fire, you're going to stop, drop, and roll. And what this does is it puts out all the fire as you're rolling around on the floor. So now I'll have you guys try it a couple times.
Stop. Drop. Roll.
Very good. Okay, great job, class. Now we're going to take it back inside. Okay, so now that we've gone over our science experiment and we've gone outside, we've gone over 3 methods to put out or extinguish a fire, and we've also gone over a method to extinguish a fire if it happens to be on your clothing. So now I'm going to hand you guys a big sheet of paper, and you can use your crayons, markers, colored pencils, pens, pencils, anything you want to create an illustration or drawing to show me what you know. So we're going to be doing this for the rest of the class, and then I'm going to challenge you guys. I'm going to have you guys go home and tell your mom, dad, sister, brother, grandpa, neighbor the stop, drop, and roll method. And when we come back to class tomorrow, we're going to share with one another who we told and how everything went with that. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.